Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank you if you have come so far till this video, till this part. So, if you have already made this donut, if you have achieved this result, so then you need to move forward with this video. Okay, so let's move forward. First of all, I would like to make some changes here. Remember what we did with this sprinkle, the cylinder? I had told in the previous part that it actually needed to be of very few vertices, but I ended up having so many vertices, and I reduced the vertices with the modifier, but the modifier didn't work well. If you see here, where's the sprinkle? Yeah, the line here. Okay, let me show this in edit mode. Okay, let me go to normal. So if you see here, it's not straight, like it has a weird pattern here. So this is not going to work well for what I'm going to show you today in this video. So it should be like straight from this point to this point, this point to this point. The in between here, these lines, they're not needed and they are not helpful for this tutorial. So I'm gonna do something here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a cylinder again. So I'm gonna go to add, mesh, and cylinder. This time we're gonna make it right now, right here. 8 vertices. Okay, that's what we want. And radius, we're gonna reduce it like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, now click and then scale. Press S for scale, and we're gonna scale down, zoom in, scale, scale down, G for grab. Okay, grab it and then move it here. S for scale, and then again scale down, grab it here. Where is our yeah, let's see where we are. We're close enough. Scale, and let's scale it down, grab here, and we're gonna move it just near this sprinkle. Okay, so it's still a little big, so scale it down. Okay, so that's what we need. Now press R for rotation and press -90 and press enter. So after that, what we do is Control A and apply scale. Again, Control A and apply rotation. Okay, now what we can do is we're going to geometry nodes again and click on this icing, and we're going to change something here. The object info here, we're going to change that. If you see this cylinder 001, this is the one we need. So we're not going to select this. First select the icing, and then we know that now cylinder 001 is the object, the new cylinder, new sprinkle. So just click and drag here and just drag here. It will connect. Now we can get rid of this node, delete this, now we can see that it has been applied here. Okay, so this one we can select and delete. We don't need it anymore. And with this, what we can do is right click and shade smooth. Okay, that's good. So we don't need a lot of vertices to make it smooth. We just shade smooth. Um, for now, we don't even need to shade smooth. Shade flat. Keep it as it is. Okay, now we're gonna move forward. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna create different colors here. So let's go to this material preview mode here, and then we're gonna see the color, the actual color of the donut. It's gonna take a little time to show the color. Okay, here it is. Okay, now we have this thing selected, this sprinkle. What we're gonna do is let me see if I have forgotten anything. Not yet. Okay, so what we're gonna do is select this sprinkle and Shift D, and if you drag like this, it has created a duplicate object. Okay, let me see. Let's not duplicate yet. What I'm going to do here is make it a little better. Okay, this cylinder. What I'm going to do is, okay, let's go back to this solid mode, and what I'm going to do is go to select this sprinkle and go to edit mode. And sorry about that. Before going to edit mode, let's come back to object mode, and I'm gonna go to this this thing spanner, modify properties, add modifier, and I'm gonna do this subdivision surface. Okay, so we're gonna keep one on viewport and one on render. Now what happens here is it's creating a little weird thing. It's making this very the points, very sharp, like pencil. We don't want that. We just want to make it a little smoother. So having the sprinkle, the cylinder selected, we're going to go to edit mode and press Ctrl R, and this is going to create a loop. And what do you call loop? I forgot the name here. So click, and then we can drag. Okay, drag to any direction. Click again, Control R, again click, and then we're gonna drag it anywhere, and this time we're gonna drag towards the opposite side. Okay, loop cut. Sorry, this when we press Control R, it's gonna create a loop cut. Okay, so we're fine with this now. Let's come back to object mode. Okay, now right click and shade smooth. It's gonna look good. Okay. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to duplicate this sprinkle. Select this and then Shift D to duplicate and drag it here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is let's scale it S, and then maybe Y axis. Press Y. Oh, it's not working. Maybe it's the X axis. Let's see, S and X axis. Oh, it's not working because it's not on the correct axis. this is not working. So what we can do is, having that selected, go to edit mode, and then we can select all the vertices. It's not selecting all the vertices because we need to turn on the X-ray. Okay, and we're gonna grab, and then we're gonna stretch it. By the way, this proportional editing is on. You can just turn off this one. Grab, and then yeah, it's better to turn off. Come back to object mode. Get rid of X-ray. This is a little long one. And again, Shift D. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna go to edit mode. X-ray on. This time select, and we're gonna make it a little short. Okay. Come back to object mode. Again, we can just select any of this and Shift D and click. And this time maybe I don't know. You can go to edit mode and then X-ray, grab, just a little short, not too much. Come back to object mode, turn off the X-ray. We have 4 different sprinkles. Now for this long one, what we're going to do is select it and then again go to edit mode, and this time turn on the X-ray and Control R to create loop cut, and click around here and then grab G and then a little here, Control R again, and click here, click again, and G to grab, and again we're gonna do a little twist here. Okay, come back to object mode. So this one is a little bent, it's not straight. That's what we're going to create here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create different type of sprinkles here. Right now, all the sprinkles here on the donut are similar. All those are same. But now we're going to create a different types of sprinkles. For that, what we're going to do is click this one, Shift, click this one, click this one, and then click also this one, and press M. It says new collection, click here, and then we can rename it sprinkles. Click OK. Now we can see here there is a collection called sprinkles, and there are cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. These are now sprinkles, the collection of sprinkle. Now we go back to this icing, and if we go back to this object info, what we're going to do is, again, you can just click on the sprinkle and drag it like this, and you can just do this here and get rid of this object info. Now we have the collection info here, but the thing is, everything is just messed up here. Whoa, everything's flying, all the sprinkles are flying. We have 4 different types of sprinkles here, but all are flying. What we're going to do is, we have something called separate children. Check it, and then also check this reset children. Okay, that's going to work. And also we're going to say pick instance. Click here. Okay, If you don't do the pick instance, it's not going to work. If you do pick instance, okay, this is going to create different types of sprinkles. Okay. Okay. Let me see if this is working. Is it working? Let's see. Actually, okay, happened here. I'm not sure what's happening. Something's not working. Okay, it's working. Okay. Yeah, some are short, some are long, some are straight, some are not. Yeah, that's working. What we just need to do is maybe we can change this value here. If you remember the value here is 20,000, we can just change it to maybe 48,000, and we have more sprinkles. Okay, so now we have different types of sprinkles here, and now we can go to material preview mode. Now we can see this in color, full color. Okay, so now what we're going to do is choose these three. Okay, click here, shift, click, and now last should be this one, the first one. Shift and choose this one. The last should be this one, and if you press Control L, and what I'm going to do is link collections. Okay. Okay. I hope I am correct. Link materials, or link materials, collections, materials, link materials. Link materials. Okay. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, if you now go to this thing here, okay, and if you go to shading, let's see here. What am I doing? Zooming thing is a little weird because of my mouse. My mouse is not working properly. Okay, we choose this, and if you go to here, we don't have anything here. We can go to modifier and add modifier, and if we choose this base color here, you can choose here, or you can choose here. It's the same. Okay, if you do this, okay, we have this color. And what we are going to do now is am I doing good? I'm not sure what happened here, but let's hope everything is going well. So what we need here is need to add and object info here on shading. It's not object info from geometry, but it's from shading. If you go to color, okay, sorry, it's random, and then to color here, you're gonna see this kind of thing. There's one thing that's not working. Let me see. Control Alt and link collections. They're working. It's not working at all. I'm not sure what happened here. Let me check if I am doing anything wrong. Link materials. Okay. Now I mean, I understand what I did there. First of all, you need to select individually these things and go to this modifier, material properties, and you should add new modifier. Okay. Oh, sorry, a new material. We need to add material for each of them. That's why it. I had not added the material. For example, there's if I subtract this one, right now it doesn't have a material, so it doesn't show the color here. Now if you press new, now it has this base color, so it shows up here. For example, if you do this here, it's gonna show up there. So that's the thing. That's what we want here. After that, what you're going to do is after adding the new material, just click here, hold shift key and click these three, and we're gonna click this one last. Okay, this one, because we're gonna consider this as the instance or the main sprinkle. So we're gonna click on this particular sprinkle at last, okay, not first. And then Control L to link, and then link materials. Now it works here, okay. So it's showing black and white, black, gray, and white, but we need color, right? For that, go to add and add node, which is color ramp, if you remember. So just drop here, so it's connected. Object info is connected to color ramp is connected to principal BSDF. So if you change here, click here and then click this black thing here, change here the brightness, and then if you change the color here, you're able to change the color. And same on this side, white part, choose the white color, and then any color here. Okay, so right now what it's doing is like it's kind of creating gradient here, and that's why it doesn't have a fixed color. So to get rid of that, instead of this linear, we're gonna choose constant. Okay, and we're gonna drag this part here. So the pink is pink, and the purple or blue, whatever we say, purple is purple. Okay, now we're gonna add one more color here by pressing plus here, and click on this point and go and change the color. Okay, we can now change the color, and it has the exact color. It's not kind of gradient. Okay, so this is what we want and what we have achieved. You can just choose any other color if you want. See what looks good. Yellow looks good too. Not bad. Okay. I think yellow looks good too. And maybe this can be a little different. Yeah. Okay. So far we have created this donut here with this colorful sprinkles. Yoo-hoo. Okay. I'm not sure if the color looks good, but it's just you can, you know, try creating, different colors. It doesn't look that good for me. I think you can try different colors. I don't know what colors look good here, but yeah, I guess this would be the color for now. Okay, so far you have achieved this donut, and yeah, actually the donut is ready. So we will do more on next part. If you are happy with your donut, you can just stop here. The donut is ready. So yeah, we have created this donut, and in the next part we're gonna do more. We're going to move it. Okay, animate this donut. Sorry. Um, we're gonna add one more thing. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a little longer video. The video is gonna be longer because I forgot one thing. Absolutely. Um, sorry for that. Uh, what we are missing is something sphere. You can go to mesh and UV sphere and S for scale it down, zoom in, S for scale, zoom in, S for scale, zoom in, grab, okay, scale it down, grab, okay, I think this much is fine. Zoom in, and now we're gonna right click and shade smooth. Okay, we're gonna add new material here, and base color would be something like maybe this. I don't know. Let's try this, and we're going to roughness and decrease the roughness so that we can make it a little shiny. Okay, here we are. Shine a little ball. Grab it and put it here. Grab it and put it here around. Okay. You can just press Shift D and duplicate, and we're gonna put somewhere around here. Yeah. You can also scale it up a little bit. Different sizes. Shift D, and then again we're gonna put it here, and again maybe one more sorry, what am I saying? Ooh. Here. Okay, a little, sorry, a little bigger. Okay, we have created this ball. If you want, you can keep it like this, or if you want to change the colors of the individual balls or spheres, what you can do is go to object here and relations, make single user, and choose object data and materials. If you don't do that, what happens is when you change the color of one ball, the others are also going to change. But now if you change this one, you can just change this one. Other won't change. But if these are yet not done, so if you change the color here, all the three balls are going to change. So again, for this, what you can do is go to object and then relations, make single user, object data materials, and change the color here. Okay. Okay, it looks good. Now we are done with our donut. Okay, so the next video will be about animating the donut. This looks good. If you go to this render mode, this looks like this. You can always go to this icing and change the icing color to whatever you want. You know, it could be like chocolate or whatever. It's not bad. The chocolate one also looks good. For now, just keep it like this. Yeah. And keep practicing, and we'll see in the next video.